Good afternoon, welcome to GrainTV. My name is Cody Bills, this is Logan Burgess. Today is April 1st and we had corn for May moving up 5.5 cents. Soybeans for May trading up 20.5. Wheat in Chicago down 12 and Kansas City wheat trading up 1 cent. Logan, we did have the report on Monday.
Yep.
Seems as though there's a little bit of continuation here. What's going on in the futures market?
Yeah, it really seemed like a day of continuation today, especially for soybeans and corn. No really new fundamental information for traders to chew over, but as you said, Cody, yesterday's tight stocks seemed to have the bulls out in force in this market. The old crop contracts really led things higher today. Well, one thing that kind of surprised me was strength out of that new crop soybean contract. Yesterday's report projected large acres here for soybeans, so at some point I would anticipate that weighing on things, but today the new crop contract seemed content following old crop higher here in the action that we saw today.
Yeah, that sounds fair enough. Now let's turn over. We have a bit of a special report here, and this includes basis. And what we did here is take a look at basis across the U.S. and compare it to the 3-year moving average. Now, when you take a look at this slide here, one of the major things, the major components that I want you guys to recognize is that North Dakota, Western Minnesota, and South Dakota all have significantly depressed basis levels. And one thing that you'll notice as well is that chart to the right shows North Dakota, Minnesota, South Dakota spot soybean basis compared to the last 3-year average for those states. You'll notice that we started out in the earlier part of January, we were actually trading at a premium to the average, and then right around January we started getting a bit of a rally here, and that kicked off this massive sell-off in basis. Now this is located specifically to a region, and if you look at corn, you'll notice that we also have very similar situation when you look at basis. Basis has dropped off for corn as well. So yeah,
you know, Cody, as we're looking at this here, so the situation in North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota right now, severely depressed basis levels, but as producers out there are looking at maybe making forward contracts during the summer or into the new crop as well, what's kind of the outlook right now for this area of very depressed basis?
Well, the problem right now is really rail. Getting shuttles, getting secondary cars to ship the grain out. Right now they're very captivated by the rail market, and they're experiencing significant competition with oil traffic demand. And unfortunately, BNSF really unable to keep up with the demand here for the shuttles. The extremely cold weather has helped to augment the delays here. We're seeing delays of 3 to 6 weeks. And the bottom line here is that we're going to have to see a period when there's a lack of grain being sold on in the market. I would suspect that by planting, we're going to see, we're going to see the river start to open up to the Twin Cities, and that can help relieve some of the pressure in basis. We'll see Duluth and we'll see the Great Lakes start to lose their ice pack. We could see some exports leave the country there. And then one other thing too, we're going to see farmers in the field, and the fact that they're in the field planting is likely to slow down the delivery of grain to these facilities, and I think that's going to allow some of the pressure off these merchandisers. I think it's going to allow basis to rebound as they kind of work through their backlog grain. And so I would wait. I think that there's an opportunity here. I think that we may see improved basis as we move into planting season.
If you want to kind of take a look at basis within your local environment there, we have a great tool here at Grain Hedge called the Cash Grain Optimizer that all clients get access to. Basically helps you see what's going on in your own basis environment. It could be very useful here this year, specifically for farmers up there in the Dakotas, out in Minnesota as well. Give us a call at the office if you're interested in taking a look at that. Number here is 877-472-4607. Thanks a lot for joining us here on a Tuesday. We'll see you back here tomorrow.